Hey YouTube, Jared Decker here. Today I wanted to have a quick conversation about L-plates that I use for my Sony a7 III and a7R III cameras. An L-plate is a piece of metal that attaches to the tripod mount of your camera, and it allows you to quickly switch from landscape to portrait mode on your tripod without much movement of the ball head or whatever tripod head you're using. Another nice feature of L-plates is if you have giant hands like me, they make your camera a lot more comfortable. I do not use Sony cameras because of their small compact size. I use mirrorless cameras because of the advanced technology inside them. I have giant hands, so they're a little bit small for me. Generally, if my finger's on the shutter, my pinky does not have a place to go. So you put an L-plate on the bottom and it extends it, so it just makes it a little bit more comfortable. Today I'll primarily be talking about the Smallrig L-Plate. I recently got this guy for about 60 bucks on eBay. It's by far my favorite one I've ever owned. It is Arca-Swiss compatible. All the ones I'll be talking about today are. This one has a few really awesome features that I wanted to point out. Number one, it does have the extendable side, which is necessary for attaching cables for a shutter release or external monitors or other things like that. Number two, it has a bar for my Peak Designs camera strap attachment. I much prefer the strap being attached to these 2 points than these 2 points. It's much more comfortable on my hip when I'm wearing my strap. Number three, the battery access. Some L-plates block your battery door and they do not allow you to remove your battery while the L-plate is on. This one allows your battery to come in and out while the L-plate is on with no tools. Number four, this one's a little bit bigger than most. It has a little bit of an extra bump for your finger that just makes it a little bit more comfortable for my hands. And number five, my favorite feature of this L-plate is it has the wrench magnetically attached to the bottom, so it's always there when you need it. No fumbling through the camera bag or trying to find a wrench if you need to get it off or if you need to make an adjustment. So that is why this is my favorite L-plate. Again, highly recommended, 60 bucks on eBay. I'll put a link in the description below. So previous to the Smallrig, I used a Gabale L-plate for about the last year. It did serve me well, however, seeing the added features of the other one, I decided I should upgrade. The Gabale is about the same price on eBay. I'll put a link again in the comments below. Has the movable side, does not have a bar for the Peak Designs camera attachment. It does have battery access, but the kind of weird thing is Sony battery doors actually pop off the bottom of your camera really easily with this little black tab. So this one is made so you take your door off and you actually attach it to the L-plate. It works well, but I have a slight concern that it compromises the weather protection of the camera, which Sony's not really known for anyway, so I don't really want to push my luck anymore with that. So I do prefer leaving the battery door in its original spot. But otherwise, this isn't a bad deal, but for about the same price, I'd strongly recommend the Smallrig over this one. And finally, the one I want to show you is this guy. It's the Meike from Amazon. This isn't actually an L-plate, it's more just a finger extender that goes on the bottom of the camera. It only has one position, so you can't use it in portrait mode. And the extension isn't quite as big on the on the L-plate, so it's not quite as comfortable, and it has no battery access. So to get your battery out, you have to take this thing off or you have to charge your camera through the USB port. If you're really concerned about size and portability, this one is a little bit smaller, so it might make more sense for you. But seeing as it's almost as expensive as the other two, this isn't the one I'd go for. So these accessories can be a huge help when you're shooting landscape or basically anything with a tripod for switching back and forth. I can't recommend them enough, so if you do not have one, treat yourself and you won't be sorry. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks.